So who are the women that will benefit from this?
Well, I'm hoping every woman will benefit from the book, because who of us doesn't want to be clear about how to be successful, about being ourselves? And the core dilemma that the book is trying to address, and I believe addresses, is that there are so many different messages about what success is. If you Google success, you will find that, and successful women in particular, you'll find the successful women are all rich, powerful, beautiful. And if you Google advice to women for success, you'll get pages and pages and pages of advice. And all of us, knowingly or unknowingly, take in those expectations that come in from the outside world and try and adjust how we are to live up to them, because we think that that's the right thing to do, and it's the natural human thing to do, to want to fit in. So I hope, every woman can benefit from that by tuning into themselves and helping them filter out the messages that are out there that aren't right for them and filter in the messages that are.
That sounds simple enough, but why does defining success help women with that dilemma?
Everything that's simple is not necessarily easy. It takes a lot of time and thought to get to a simplification. And why reflecting on success and what that means to them helps women with that dilemma is it's almost like an inoculation against the things in the outside world, including stereotypes that put pressure on women. So there's some research that has come out that shows that reflecting on your sense of self and your values helps women perform better in certain circumstances. And in this particular research, it was in the university. If you know yourself, you've got a strong sense of self and what success means for you, then you're less impacted by negative stereotypes or positive stereotypes, and you're more likely to be true to yourself.
That's great. So how do you think women will benefit from this, say, in their everyday lives, day-to-day lives, and what are the long-term effects that you're hoping to see in women?
Well, I think that I'm hoping that women will benefit from this in general by feeling less stressed and a bit more present in their day-to-day life. One of my deep motivators for creating the journal is that I'm very concerned that we're in a time where there is unprecedented opportunity for women in the Western world, and I come across young women your age and young women my age in my work and in my mentorship, who instead of feeling a sense of anticipation that the opportunity is there, feel stressed and pressured to conform to all the various expectations. And what I really hope is that by doing this journal, every woman that gets some mastery of their own destiny and lives out that in their life will become a role model for other women, so that we have more women role modelling that you can be successful at being yourself and be a woman, rather than having to adjust yourself to fit to live in a male-dominated world or any other construct that the world might put on you.
Yeah.
And the more female role models that we have that actually do that, then the more female role models there are, and the pressures, I hope, will dissipate, both for the people who go through the process, but more generally for women.
That's the dream. We want more empowered women, and I think that your journal is definitely paving the way for that to happen. I guess with the journey of the book, when can the reader sort of expect to see some results? So, are they going to see them that night once they've sort of poured out some of their sort of desires or stresses, or do you think it's just a long journey that these women embark on?
Well, how I saw it is a little bit different to how it's unfolding, and it's a very individual. The answer is it depends on the individual. It depends on where they are within themselves at the point that they start,
Yeah.
what it was that motivated them to go there in the first place. So I think the answer is, yeah, the time can be short or the time can be longer.
Yeah. It's dependent on the individual's journey with the journal, I guess.
So we've all got different things, you know. If you think that like a handicap race, you know, some people start further behind the start line than others, so they've got a longer distance to travel depending on where they are in themselves and what they've got going on in their lives.